And debris detector here still showing, you look for the dark blue right here, still showing debris lifting out of Major County into southern Alfalfa County. That blue right there is the debris detector, still showing lofted debris. So it's still on the ground. Let's go to Mike Bennett here, update live. So Mike, are you going to go north and then east toward Helena?
Yeah, Mike, right now I'm just crawling. We are in, visibility's down to 0. I can just barely see past the hood. And what I'm trying to be careful of is we had a tornado cross the highway, right? Okay, just cleared out. Just cleared out. We could not see anything, and I was worried I was going to drive into some power lines. We haven't come across any damage yet, and I'm really surprised by that. I'm looking at the road signs, but we back there just a second ago, right when you came to me, we were getting hit with 80-mile-an-hour west winds, and so now we're trying to work our way up to the. I don't remember what that highway number is that goes east into Helena, but that's where we're trying to get to right now. But right now, no damage. We're getting in some hail now too. Got some hail wrapping around the back side of it, and so, but we're still strong winds. We're probably still getting 60-mile-an-hour winds right here, but a while ago they're probably close to 80. Back to you.
Powerful signature right here, McWillie, and it may go west of Helena. It's going to be very close. Mike Bennett is up on the wraparound on the northwest side and the west side of the tornado itself. So he's traveling north on Highway 8. So, Mike, I have to ask you, looking off to your east right now, you basically, it tracks right in front of you, right? Directly in front of you to your northwest, north, and now northeast. Now you're coming up on the west side of it, going north on Highway 8. Have you seen any power flashes or any additional signs of it to your east? I know your visibility is almost down to nothing.
Right, yeah, Mike, yeah, no power flashes. We've been looking over to the east. Still no damage either on this highway, which is absolutely amazing. But, yeah, it crossed the highway. I'm going to say we were probably about a mile south of it. It's hard to tell at night, but based on the motion that we were allowed to see in the cloud motion and then the motion in the tornado, we were probably about a mile, maybe a mile and a half at the most on the south side of it. And then we got hit with the inflow jet slammed into us, and then we got hit with the wraparound, and that's when we kind of backed off and just let it pass. And now our visibility is kind of in and out. We still got a ways to go to get to that that highway goes east, but we'll do our best. And this thing will lift. If it moves to the northeast and passes west of Helena, then we'll be back on the south side of it here shortly. Back to you.
Okay, let's go back over to radar here. So it's moving northeast, northeast at about 37, 38 miles an hour. There's Helena. Here's Jet. So tell folks in Jet, you know, if it keeps going, it's going to be very close to Jet, not too far down the road. Great Salt Plains up here in Alfalfa County. Wakita right up here. Nash. Here's Nash, Grant County right here. Jet, Helena, tornado just east of Highway 8. Still looks to be on the ground just south. It's going to basically go over the very small town of McWillie. And we're talking about a tiny, very, very small town here. Ranch homes in through here, but it looks like it's going to go basically over McWillie. And we don't want to have a home get hit and the folks not know it's coming, right? So they got to be in their safe spot, below ground, storm cellar basement. A lot of folks have small storm cellars in northern Oklahoma. You got to be there. McWillie here, just to the west of Helena. There's the hook, and there's your time of arrival. McWillie at 9:12. It's 9:07 right now, so 5 minutes. And then near and to the west of Helena, very close and just to the west of Helena at 9:18, and then Jet by 9:32. So Jet, and then up toward Wakita. Here's Pond Creek and Medford here in Grant County. So it's going to travel into western Grant County here, very close to Wakita. It still has baseballs with it, just southwest of Helena near McWillie. Let's go to western Oklahoma here. These have not produced any tornadoes in western Oklahoma. That's good. The supercell north of Elk City is just kind of steady state with golf balls. There is a tornado warning approaching Vinson and Willow and Eric and Carter eventually out of the Texas Panhandle. That's a confirmed tornado on the ground there north of Wellington, Texas, traveling toward northern Harmon, Beckham, and northern Greer counties. Let's go to Connor Toon near and north of Elk City right now. Hailer there, golf balls.
Yeah, Mike, we're pulled off of Highway 34 north of Elk City, south of Hammond. I'm going to call this storm the Hammond storm. It's kind of been on a weakening trend since we turned north onto this road. We're just south of it with the camera pointed at it. The structure is not quite as pronounced as it was, and it does look like the hail sizes have been coming down as well on this storm. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, so here's a storm track on that for you folks around Hammond. So it's got quarters to almost golf balls. It's weakened just a bit steadily over the past half hour, which is good. Hammond here up toward Butler, and then Putnam and Taloga, and then eventually Oakwood and Thomas up here in Custer County and Dewey County. And then back here to the west, traveling near and just north of Wellington, confirmed tornado here. So heads up for you folks in Beckham County, near and north of Vinson, and up toward Texola and Eric and Sayre. Sayre there by around 10:20, 10:25 or so. Eric by about 10, maybe a little bit sooner than that. It's currently 10 minutes after 9. So confirmed tornado there near and north of Wellington. Right now, just to the northwest of Wellington. Enhanced risk continues for all of western Oklahoma. Continued tornado threat for the rest of this evening, especially in the orange shaded area and up here in Alfalfa County. Back over to Mike Bennett with an update near Helena in Alfalfa County. Mike?
Right at that confirmed tornado warning.
Okay, Mike, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right, Mike. Yeah, we're crawling back to crawling. Again, where visibility is down to zero. We're trying to get to that highway that goes east to McWillie and also Helena, and Highway 45, I guess it is. And but we've been looking over there. We have not seen any power flashes. But I will tell you, Mike, the wind field around the tornado, if it's on the ground, if you're lucky enough to not get a direct hit from the tornado, the wind field around the tornado is going to cause quite a bit of damage because there's a strong. If it's as powerful as it was back in the Cleo Springs area, then it's going to have a strong inflow jet. It's going to have a strong RFD. So you're going to have 80 mile an hour. Okay, I'm getting ready to turn right. Found the highway here. But you're going to have damaging winds around the tornado, too, on the back side of it, south of it, and also on the southeast side of it. Back to you.
Okay, so you're turning eastbound on the highway going through McWillie to Helena, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Mike. I just turned east on it right now. And so but pardon me, the heavy precip, the wraparound precip it's between me and where the tornado is going to be. So unless the tornado's hanging out the back side of it, quite a ways back to the back side of it, we're going to look to our east and southeast and see if we can see it. But right now I'm still in heavy rain. And if I keep driving east, I'm going to just drive into the rain. So we're going to do our best we can to get another visual of it. It's going to move and eventually lift north and east of this highway. And so we should be back on the south side of it, back on the southeast side of it later. And then we got some more road options then. Back to you.
Okay. The rotation may be weakening a little bit now. Let's hope that it is. Let's go back over to radar here and check it out. So the tornado warning continues. Still a possible tornado here just south of McWillie, traveling near and just to the west of Helena, moving northeast at around 37, 38 miles an hour. It's either weakening or cycling, but the swirl with the hook is now coming in basically into McWillie, and Mike Bennett is 2 miles east of 8, so he's about 2 miles away from where that circulation is going to cross the highway right in front of him. So he's looking to the east, so he's very close to it. We'll go to velocities here, and it looks like it's cycling a little more to the east and maybe redeveloping a bit more to the east. And that's not very good for Helena. That's a bad thing for Helena. You see the tornado track there, the red, the tornado track, and then it kind of weakens, and now it's redeveloping here farther east. It's taking a bit of a jump to the east. So that puts Helena more potentially very close. And we're talking about minutes away now, not very many, just minutes away. Could be just to the west. Looks like it cycled down. Now it's coming right back up again. Now it's coming right back up again. Mike Bennett, a mile east, 2 miles east of McWillie, and 1, 2.5 west of Helena. Tornado likely redeveloping right now. What do you see?
Okay, yeah, Mike. I'll tell you what, we had a clear slot there for a minute. We had some pretty good visibility. Now we're back in the heavy rain again. But we shouldn't be too far from McWillie. I'm going to guess we're probably maybe 2 or 3 miles, maybe less than that from there. I know exactly where it's at. I just don't know. It's dark out here. We're in heavy rain, so it's hard to, tell exactly where you are at times. But we're looking straight west. I'm sorry, we're looking straight east, looking right into the teeth of it. And if we're going to have this, is going to be a power flash, we're going to see it. Haven't seen a power flash. We're starting to get where I can actually see some structure now. I can see the base of it. As long as the rain will, if we keep the rain away from us for just a few minutes, we're starting to see the base of the storm. And but I'll tell you what, we're far enough back that I'll tell you what, Mike. Let me. I'm on the left side of the highway here, on the north side of the highway. Got a very large lowering right there, and I'm not sure if that's going to be the tornado or not, but it's a very large lowering. I can't see the base of it, can't see ground level yet. We're at McWillie right now, Mike, just passing through McWillie. And let me get past the elevator here, get past some of these lights. There's a few homes here in McWillie. And of course, there's farm homes scattered around McWillie, but we're coming out of here now. We ought to be able to see it. I think it's going to be north of the highway, northeast of McWillie, right now. And let me get up here, just kind of waiting on lightning, but also have to wait on the trees to clear out. But we're going to be on the south side of it. Our winds, what's our winds doing right here, Kyle? Is it palm, I believe, isn't it? Yeah. So we're on the back side. I'll tell you what, Mike, I think. Oh yeah, right here, Mike. Large tornado underground.
Yeah.
Just north of this highway, Highway 45. It's going to be west of Helena, and large cone on the ground.
Yeah, you're not very far away from it, Mike. You're less than a mile and a half away from it. It's north of the highway, and this is going to be 2.5 to 3 miles west-northwest of Helena. Moving to the northeast. Notice it's changing shape quickly. That is a confirmed tornado there. Looks to be possibly multi-vortex in structure. Not very far away from Mike Bennett at all. Look at that. Fairly good-sized tornado. Go, Mike Bennett.
Yeah, Mike, multiple vortex. I'm going to turn the pickup here so we get the look shot straight out the windshield. We're going to have wraparound coming around on us. It's going to cut us off, but large multiple vortex. I'm going to say, Mike, the rotation, the circulation on the ground is probably at least a quarter mile wide. It's multiple vortex, okay, but it's the whole area that's hitting the ground there is probably at least a quarter mile wide, maybe close to half mile.
Yeah, that's a big tornado right there, and it's changing shape very quickly. You got a vortex here and a vortex here, and they're changing shape very fast, occasionally filling in and occasionally separating. And this is going to be just about 2.5 miles to the northwest of Helena. It's moving northeast, so it should stay to the northwest and north of Helena. You folks in Jet, it's heading your way. Jet, Oklahoma, it's heading your way. Large tornado on the ground, multi-vortex in structure. Go, Mike Bennett.
Okay, yeah, Mike, still on the ground, still multiple vortex. There's a lot of subvortices rotating around. Now we've got a lot of precip coming in on us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Helena, and we're going to lose it for just a couple of minutes while I'm in town. But I've got a highway that goes north that will come out west of Jet, and we'll be on it. But we'll be able to track this thing, as it goes north, as long as I can stay out of the precipitation. But right now, still large tornado on the ground, and it's not as much of a multiple vortex. It's starting to wedge out, Mike. It looks like now it's moving far enough. Okay, I'm gonna have to get on into town. Precept's cutting my visibility off, so I got to get. If I'm gonna stay with it, I got to get into Helena.
Okay, let's go back over to radar really fast. We're zoomed on in here. So here's Helena right here. Here's the tornado right here. So there are your section line roads. See that? So the highway north out of Helena, anybody up here? It's heading directly toward you. Large multiple vortex tornado, 1 mile, 2 miles, and a quarter west and a mile north of Helena is where it is. On the highway north of town, very dangerous. That's where it's tracking. This is the road up here toward Jet. This is Alfalfa County. That's the tornado right there. Just crossed the highway right there in front of Mike Bennett. You just saw that live. And the rotation is increasing and getting much, much stronger. You saw it was multi-vortex and large, and the tornado track path is picking back up again there on the west-northwest side of Helena, and a debris signature. You saw the tornado. It's lifting debris. Let's hope it didn't hit anything between McWillie and Helena. Debris signature, that dark blue patch you see right there. It's heading up here toward Jet. You folks in Jet, that's where it's heading. There's the tornado, large and powerful tornado right there, just northwest of Helena. Look at that. Go Mike Bennett.
Okay, yeah, Mike, we're coming in on Helena. I think we're about 2 miles from coming into town here, maybe less than that. It's to my north. I'm in heavy precip, so I'm having to focus on driving. I'm just glancing out over my left shoulder here. Based on the velocities we saw a minute ago, I know it's still on the ground. I've not seen any power flashes up in there, but it's just a large tornado tracking towards Jet. And so Jet, everybody in Jet, you've got time. You don't have a lot of time, okay, because this thing is really trucking along. But you've got time to get to your safe spot. And later on from Jet would be, I guess, next in line, possibly Waukeeta, Manchester area. Mike, back to you.
Yeah, let's hope it didn't hit anything there on the highway, Mike, because it plumed up a debris. You basically were showing it to us live. It plumed up a debris there once it crossed the highway. So that would be about halfway between McWillie and Helena. We're showing a plume. Let's go over to radar. A plume of debris right here. The dark blue goes really dark. See that? The really dark blue. Right as it passed the highway, see that? Boom, right there. Something got hit right here, and it plumed up. Tough to say what that is, but that's a core of debris being lofted. Right there, that dark blue right there. There's the highway. Mike Bennett, we're showing it to you. It was as he was showing you the tornado. Something got hit right in through there. Let's hope everybody's okay, and it was not a structure where anybody lives. So there's Jet right here. So it's heading up toward Jet. Powerful signature right there. Mike's going to go into Helena, then go north. Okay, so it's heading up toward Jet. It will travel north of Helena on the highway. So, Mike, something did get hit between McWillie and Helena. Don't know what it was, but it sure plumed up a core of debris.
Yeah, Mike, it probably wasn't anything on the highway. I don't believe I passed any farm homes, right on the highway, except for when I went through McWillie, and I did not see any damage. And the amazing thing is, I've seen this thing cross the highway twice now, and I haven't seen any damage from it. It's just, the power lines are still up. Helena's still got power right now. We've had, small debris blowing across the highway and in some of the wind field around the tornado. But I'm talking like tumbleweeds and limbs and that kind of thing. But I'm passing through Helena right now. I'll be coming out on the north side of it here, so we should have probably one of the best views of it I've had all evening, because we're going to be on the south side of it if it's still on the ground. But we're passing through Helena right now, and we'll be coming out on the north side of it. But I'm going to say Mike is probably still on the ground just based on the velocities we saw just a couple of minutes ago. Back to you.
How far from Helena are you right now, Mike?
I'm in Helena, Mike. Right now, I'm just getting ready to come out on the north side of Helena right now.
Okay, take another visual there for us. What do you see up there to your north?
Well, just coming out, just getting out away from the city lights here. A lot of lightning up in there. Okay, and I should have right now. There's some rain. I think there's quite a bit of rain between me and where the tornado would be. I'm gonna go ahead and just creep north. I believe it's gonna be still west of what I'm not sure what this highway is that goes north out of Helena, but it's still gonna be to my west. So, getting hit with some precip here. Let me pull off here, right, Mike, is where I could
58
up in there.
northbound.
Yeah, I want to be real careful not to drive up in there too far, because I believe it's still to my west. Then I believe it did just miss Helena to the northwest. And right now we're at heavy precip, got a very low cloud base with a lot of rain that's obscured my view, that's wrapping around it. So this thing may be coming rain wrapped. But right now, I'm not seeing any power flashes. We're looking for that. Our winds right here, Kyle. What are the winds doing? Okay, looking at maybe 15, 20-mile-hour winds out of out of the south.
Okay,
So
let's go over to the debris detector. Mike Bennett, we're gonna show you something here coming up for your safety here. Okay, so it plumed up debris on the east side of McWillie, and now the tornado has debris in it right there. See that ball? That's a debris ball right there. There's debris in the circulation right there. So here's Helena. We'll zoom way in. So 1 mile, between 1 mile and 2 miles north of Helena, closer to 2, is where it's going to track across 58, I believe 58 north here out of Helena. That's the tornado. It's got debris in it still, okay? So it's still on the ground. That's the debris detector. That's a debris ball right there, and it's about it's a half a mile wide. See that? This is a mile. It's between a half a mile and 3/4 of a mile wide, that debris. And it's centrifuging out, like when it spins down, it goes like this, right? Which makes it look bigger than perhaps the vortex is, but that's up to 3/4 of a mile wide. Go, Mike Bennett.
Okay, hey, we got it on the ground here. It's northwest of Helena. I'm going to back up here, Kyle. Make sure I don't back into the ditch or off of culvert. I'm going to try to give you an angle. Okay, change the pickup angle here. It's I knew something was going on because my winds started kicking up, and I was getting RFD southwest winds kicking up. I'm seeing the left side of the wedge, and I tell you what, Mike, I think maybe this thing. Well, I may have to be really careful here because this thing may have turned right on us.
It has turned right. It's leaning more to the right. It's going to be 1.5 miles due north of Helena is where it is, about to cross the highway.
We're right here, Mike. We're probably, I'm going to say we're probably about 1 mile southeast of it right now, maybe 1.5 miles southeast of it. And we're not but half a mile on the north side of Helena right now. But it's a large wedge tornado. From what it looks like a wedge from here. I mean, my visibility is not that great because I've got a lot of precip between me and it. But I'm seeing power flash, big power flash right there. Another big power flash, and
Jet, you folks in Jet, listen. It's red line, center line for you. You folks in Jet, it's red line, center line for Jet. Don't take this lightly. Could be 3/4 of a mile wide, not impossible. Don't take this lightly. You folks in Jet, call them or text them. In Jet, Oklahoma, it's red line, center line for Jet. Go, Mike Bennett.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, go. All right, Mike. Yeah, it's tell you what, this thing is huge. I'm seeing the back side of it. The back side of it is probably about maybe, I don't know, a 1/4 mile west of the highway, and then it's crossing the highway right in front of us right now. Okay, we've had multiple power flashes. I can see a cone cross the highway, but that's just part of it. The rest of the rotation goes all the way back to the west of the highway, and it's crossing the highway right in front of us. Probably there's another power flash. I'm going to say probably about 1 mile, maybe 1.5 miles north of us, across the highway, and we're kind of creeping up towards it, and
it has strengthened rapidly. That tornado has strengthened rapidly. Major tornado now. Major tornado. 1.5 miles, 1.75 miles, 2 miles due north of Helena. It definitely turned to the right or more to the east and swung right across the highway, right in front of Mike Bennett. It's heading for Jet. You folks in Jet, this is life-threatening. You need to go to the safest place that you know. In Jet, red line, center line for you. Large, damaging, multi-vortex, dangerous, potentially violent tornado. Go, Mike Bennett.
Okay, yeah, Mike. Okay, we got down power line right here now. About 1.5 miles north of Helena. It's still it's still north of us, crossing the highway. I'm gonna say this power line that's down back here is probably from RFD winds because the tornado did not come through here. But it's it's still, I
For
think
real.
it's still in progress of crossing the highway right here, and we're getting pretty strong winds here again out of the west. So we're getting RFD winds. Yeah, it's really winds are power lines down right here on the west side of the
Incredible.
highway.
This is incredible. Look at the tornado crossing the highway right in front of Mike Bennett. See that? That's tremendous. It's dragging the earth right there, right in front. It's right in front of where the hot lights are, and it is occasionally, the debris ball earlier was 3/4 of a mile wide. Look at it, crossing the highway right in front of Mike Bennett. Again, heading for Jet, you folks in Jet. This is 2 miles to the north and northeast of Helena. Go, Mike.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Mike, it's right in front of us. We got power lines down here on the left side of the highway, and it's just, I mean, the back side of it is just finally did finish crossing the highway here, and incredible motion in there. We're getting strong west winds. I'm going to say, I'll tell you what, we're probably less than a mile south of it, and the area that of the entire, it's multiple vortexes. You know, it's like you've got almost a surface-based meso here, okay, and you've got vortices that's, I think, rotating all the way around it, and what? Okay, you got about 10 power lines down right here, right where we're sitting. And anyway,
Okay,
it's the highway, I think. Back to you.
Okay, you be careful out there. Let's go back to Corey Inman, checking out to the west-southwest of Nash. Corey, it may or may not still be on the ground. It looks like it's a smaller tornado crossing Highway 38 south of Jets, what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm just a mile to the west of Nash here on 60. Looking back in there, I haven't had any power flashes since we talked to you there a couple of hits ago. Just scanning the horizon there, and the night vision's doing a pretty good job of picking it up. But don't see anything on the ground right now from my position, Mike. Let me get on top of this hill here. I'm going to be 2 miles to the west of Nash. Pretty flat base just due south of me, but there's a lowering there where the tornado was at, a little bit further to the west there. I just, because of the hill, can't make out if it's on the ground or not. Give me just 1 second.
Okay, let's go back over to radar. If you're just now joining us, we've had a long track tornado, may have lifted momentarily, then set back down for about an hour and 20 minutes. It's been up to what appeared to be about 3/4 of a mile wide. There's been at least confirmed at least one structure hit. We suspect there might have been a couple of more that sustained some type of damage down by McWillie and to the north of Helena. Potentially something down not too far from Cleo Springs much earlier, about an hour and 20 minutes ago. It could still be on the ground, showing some signs of not quite as organized as it was a few minutes ago. However, still an ongoing tornado warning. It's been cycling, so right here, just south and east of Jet, it is trying to lean more toward Nash. It may be cycling, could recycle back up to produce ongoing tornadic activity. But it does look like it will absolutely pass to the east and southeast of Jet because it made that jog to the east. It's trying to lean toward Nash, may cross the highway between Jet and Nash. Mike Bennett is in Jet. Basically, Corey Inman is on the west side of Nash. There's the tornado earlier. There's some damage to some structures north of Helena, and it may have lifted, but then it may be recycling back up right now. The debris detector doesn't show much in the way of a core of debris right in through here, southeast of Jet. Doesn't look to be a core of debris, which is good. So we'll see if that cycles or not, but there may not be a tornado. Don't see a tornado vortex signature in that, but that is a powerful mesocyclone that could recycle very quickly. Let's go back over to Corey Inman now, west of Nash.
Yeah, Mike, I'm about 3.5 miles to the west of Nash, and I've got the lowering in the shot there. It doesn't appear that it's on the ground at this time, but there's like you said, it's trying to cycle there. Just to my southwest, there's an area there that's starting to get a bowl feature again underneath the main wall cloud. So right now it doesn't appear to be on the ground. Don't have any power flashes, but like you said, it's gonna it's going to pass just to the south and east of Jet, and it on the track that it's on, Mike, it may go between Jet and Nash. You can see that bowl feature there just to the south of the highway, underneath the main wall cloud there. So right now, tornado's not on the ground, Mike.
So, Corey, where are you from Nash exactly?
I am 3.5 miles due west of Nash, looking to the west-southwest.
Okay, 3.5, 1, 2, 3.5. So it's going to cross the highway 3 3/4 to 4 west, Corey. All right, make sure you copy that. It's going to be very close to you because it's leaning more to the east.
It's right out the window here, Mike.
Yeah, let's stay with you.
It's right out the window. You can see it here just south of the highway here, right out the window.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the size. See that? We've been talking about how big that mesocyclone has been. Look at that. Look at the size of it. That's a very large mesocyclone. That thing is miles across, miles across. And you can see in the power flashes, you can actually see it rotating. You can actually see the spin. That's a very large, very low to the ground mesocyclone. Doesn't appear that the tornado's on the ground. Corey, can you, I'm trying to look at velocity and see if I see any localized velocity inside of that mesocyclone. It looks like it's trying to tighten up maybe on the northern side of that. What do you think?
Yeah, that's where I've got the camera pointed, where it's getting ready to cross the highway between Jet and Nash. That's on the north end of the wall cloud. So you're exactly right with the presentation there on velocities. Still don't see anything on the ground, but you can tell it's definitely spinning there. Looks like we may have another. Yeah, there's another cone trying to develop here. There it is, Mike. It's getting ready to be back on the ground. There, it's on the ground here, Mike. Big tornado. That's going to be just to the south of Jet. Another large tornado, and it's going to be just south of the highway. This is probably 3/4 of a mile to a mile to my west, and I'm 3.5 miles to the west of Nash.
Look how fast that happened.
South of the highway here.
Look how fast that happened. That dropped down as a cone. Now it's trying to go to a wedge. It is going to a wedge. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that tornado. Went from a cone to now a large wedge. Corey Inman, that's heading basically just right. It's just going to be to your west by maybe a half mile.
Yeah, we're starting to get rain and hail wrapping in here, Mike. So we're gonna have to turn around. The highway north of Nash going up towards Salt Plains is closed, so we're gonna have to make our way all the way back to Pond Creek and go north from there. We're gonna lose it here, but large tornado on the ground between Jet and Nash.
Yeah, multi-vortex in structure. This is really an example of how fast Oklahoma weather changes. That was a large mesocyclone with no tornado, then a cone dropped down, then it went to a wedge. And it's a large wedge sitting right there. The rain and hail's overtaking him. It's right here. Large wedge right there. Large wedge about to cross the highway between Jet and Nash. I'm going to get out of the frame here so you can see it a little more clearly. Corey, I think it's fair to say that was quickly passing a 1/4 mile wide.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mike.
Yeah, that went.
Go
that
ahead,
went
Corey.
From a cone to 1/4 to half a mile wide there, real quick, Mike. We've lost visual on it with the rain and the hail in here. We're blasting back to the east towards Nash. Try to get back out ahead of it so we can get another visual on it, Mike.
Okay, it's going to travel basically on the Alfalfa-Grant County line, maybe a mile west of the Alfalfa-Grant County line, crossing Highway 64 right now. That's going to be exactly 2 1/4 miles east of Jet. Yeah, wow. Let's go to velocities. Take it full. It's incredible. So you look for the red and the green is the spin. So we had medium to hot red and green. And then as it crossed the highway, instant tornado. See that? Velocities tightened up and got super hot. Instant tornado. Instant tornado. Velocities are showing it. You just saw it live. Instant tornado. No tornado, cone tornado, wedge tornado, 1/4 to a half mile tornado. Tornado now north of the highway right here. Let's go to Mike Bennett. It's to the northwest of Nash now. Rapidly intensifying, getting much larger very quickly. Go Mike Bennett.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, we are a mile, about 2 miles east of Jet. right now in heavy rain. I'm not sure there may be some flooding up here because we had a trucker that tried to do everything he could to get us to stop. And so I'm not sure what he encountered up here. So we're going to be really careful about what we might drive into. But right now I don't have anything on. I can't see anything because I've got nothing but heavy rain between me and the tornado. But I don't see any power flashes right now. We're just looking straight east, straight down the highway. So if there's any power flashes, we'll be able to see that. But that's about all we're going to see right now until we get out of this wraparound. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. It is heading potentially for Waukeeta. So you folks in Grant County, it is potentially heading for Waukeeta. This is a large tornado on the ground now moving into Grant County. So it's heading basically for Waukeeta. It's going to go north of Nash. West. It's northwest of Nash now. It's going to go north of Nash and up toward Waukeeta is where that is tracking right now. Let's go back to Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett, do you have any type of ground truth on that?
Yeah, not right now, Mike. I don't. We're just we're looking for power flashes. I'm driving a pretty good speed here in heavy rain, trying to get up there. I'm not sure. I haven't had time to look at radar, so if I punch through the precipitation, I'm not sure if I'll drive right into the tornado. So I'm going to have to be really careful about that. But actually, Mike, here in a minute too, the precip's going to. I just took a quick glance. The wraparound's going to lift north of the highway, so we'll be back on the south side of it like we were at Helena a while ago. And then I've got an option out in Nash. I can go north towards Waukeeta, towards Highway 11 out at Nash. So that's what we'll do if we get up there. Back to you.
Okay, let's go back over to Corey Inman with his update. He's backtracking now back near Nash. Corey, what do you got?
Yeah, Mike, I'm just north of Nash here. It looks like the tornado's lifted. There's what's left of a cone is just to the northwest of Nash here. Still some rotation at the cloud base, but it's passing just to the north of Nash. It's going to stay south of Waukeeta, probably move up towards the Medford area. It's moving more to the east than it is to the north, Mike. So we're gonna turn around and go back to the east here.
Yeah, so that's going to take it just to the west through north of Pond Creek. You folks in Medford, stay alert. It's heading in your direction, Medford, Oklahoma. It has made more of a jog to the east. Boy, I tell you what, it may have lifted. It may not have lifted. If it's lifted, it's lifted just in the last few seconds because it sure looks like it's still on the ground. It's sitting right on the Alfalfa-Grant County line right now is where it is, just to the southeast of Great Salt Plains Reservoir. Heads up for Waukeeta and Medford. Heads up for Waukeeta and Medford. Let's go ahead and I'm going to back up my slideshow here and we're going to broaden this all out. If you're just now joining us, let's show you the current tornado warnings that we have. So the tornado watch till midnight in green. Got a tornado warning heading into Beckham County. We've got Phil on that. And then up here, this has been a very long-tracked tornadic supercell, about an hour and 45 minutes now. And it's been on the ground nearly that entire time, potentially 3/4 of a mile wide at times, multi-vortex at times, potentially violent at times. And it's cycled several times, but it's been on the ground nearly continuously for about an hour and 45 minutes right now. There's the tornado warning. So we're talking about Texola and Eric and Sayre and Elk City. So that's going to be heading into Beckham County. Just a tornado watch for northwest Oklahoma. Tornado warnings here for Grant County. So there's Medford, Waukeeta, near and just south of Waukeeta. Right now it's just to the north of Nash, just southeast of the Great Salt Plains Reservoir. Here's Oklahoma County. Here's the metro. And the tornado watch is to our west in green. For you folks in Blaine County and Caddo County, you're included in that tornado watch, as well as Garfield County till midnight tonight. Here's the broad view. Two main areas of concern, one in far western Oklahoma, and of course all this activity up here up north. We've had confirmed damage up here to some ranch homes in Alfalfa County, and there may have been a little bit of damage to some structures down here in Major County also. The ongoing tornado does continue. Could easily still be on the ground by looking at velocities. Just now coming into Grant County from Alfalfa County. There are hailers coming into Helena and also Carmen. These have nickels and dimes and near quarters and lots of heavy rain. But the tornadic storm is the lead storm here, coming up toward Waukeeta and over toward Medford. And it's just to the southwest of Hawley right now, just to the northwest of Nash. It is turning more to the east. It's right there, just to the north of Nash, right there. And it looks to still be on the ground just southeast of Great Salt Plains, right here. Let's go back over to Corey Inman. He's north out of Nash. Corey, it may or may not have lifted. It's awfully close. It could easily still be on the ground.
You can see the funnel there in the center of the shot, Mike. It's hard to tell if it's on the ground or not. We're having to go east from Nash because the highway going north from Nash, there's a bridge out. They have that closed off, so we're going to have to go back over here and go north from 81. But you can see the funnel there hanging out of the north side of that wall cloud, which is where we had that tornado, just to the west of Nash there. So it continues to move off to the east northeast. So definitely folks in Medford and Waukeeta need to be paying attention as this thing moves in, because this thing produced a big tornado back to the southwest, and then another tornado there just to the west of Nash, Mike. So we're blasting east here, so we can head north up between Medford and Waukeeta, Mike.
Okay, so we're going to take a look back just a couple of minutes ago to show you how dynamic and how rapidly changing this evening has been, and frankly, how dangerous this evening has been. This is Corey Inman, and this was 12 minutes ago or so. There's the large mesocyclone. We were talking about how big this mesocyclone has been. It's been 2 to 3 miles wide, and there was no tornado. We were talking to Corey Inman, looking at velocities, clearly no tornado. He's got night vision. We could see it all looking underneath the mesocyclone. And then instantaneously a cone tornado forms. And it goes from a cone tornado in literally a few seconds to a large wedge tornado as it was approaching the highway. You're looking west here, and the highway's due west. That's over there on the right-hand part of your screen. And the tornado forms just on the south side of the highway and then crosses the highway right there, right in front of him, and goes to at least a quarter mile wide or larger. And that all happened, if you're watching us just a few short minutes ago, 12, 13, 14 minutes ago. It happened incredibly fast. And that's why these nighttime tornadoes, especially in the spring when it's very dynamic, are very, very dangerous. So right now, this is back to live now, potentially ongoing here. The tornado warning very much continues. Great Salt Plains is right here. So it's southeast of Great Salt Plains. There's Nash. It's turned now a little bit more to the east and to the northeast. So here's Hawley, and then Waukeeta is right up here, and Medford is right back here. And there is the tornado tracker detector right there showing the red where the tornado crossed the highway. We're showing that to you. It may or may not have lifted right in through here north of Nash, and it's going to go up here near Waukeeta, could go south of Waukeeta. You can see the track of it. So it's going to be pretty close to Waukeeta and to the near and to the west of Medford. There's Medford right there. There's Jefferson. So here's the highway. So you see the track of that. And the debris detector, you saw there's the debris that it was picked up when it was on the ground there that Corey Inman was showing. It picked up debris. Let's go back to Corey Inman with a live update on that. You're now north of Nash, Corey. What do you got?
Yeah, Mike, we've had to reposition out in front of it. Lost visual of it. Continue with just a tremendous amount of cloud to ground lightning back in there. You can see the mesocyclone still hanging back in there. It's just from our position right now, having to reposition to get back in front of it. It's just hard to tell if it's still on the ground. But last time we did have a visual on it, Mike, there was a nice cone funnel hanging out of the front edge of that wall cloud. Couldn't tell if it was on the ground and didn't see any power flashes there. But if it wasn't on the ground, it was awful close, probably about 3/4 of the way to the ground. So give us just a few minutes here, and we'll be repositioned back out in front of it, Mike.
Okay, let's go to Mike Bennett. He's in the debris track right now between Jet and Nash. Mike?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mike, this is between Jet and Nash. I think we're probably about maybe 3 or 4 miles east of Jet, and got a power line across the highway. I think further down it goes all the way across because there's a car sitting there with his flashes on, and I'm not sure if he may be in the power lines. I don't know. There's another car on the other end that will not come this way, so apparently they're all the way across the road. I've got a OHP now is on the scene, and so they're got this blocked off. So we're going to turn around, and about the only thing we can do is go around Salt Plains Lake to get back on the storm, and that's not an easy thing to do. I don't know if we could ever catch back up with it. Back to you.
Okay, very good. Mike Bennett, thank you very much. So let's go ahead and let's go up to Phil. He's out in Beckham County. We've been talking about that incoming tornadic supercell for you folks in Sayre, Elk City, and Eric and Texola. Let's go to Phil out there in Beckham County with an update.
Yeah, Mike, we are just to the north of Eric right now, and we're watching this cell as it's moving across. You can see the base of the storm whenever the lightning highlights it there in the background. It is a tornado warned storm. It is about to come up to the southwestern sides of Eric. We'll be here. We're going to be watching it. Back to you.
Okay, tell us about the lightning rates in that, Phil. What's been going on with that? Is it coming up or coming down?
So the lightning rates has really started to increase. We've got just a little bit of light rain, but one thing that I did notice, having an anemometer on my vehicle, the inflow has really started to increase. We're at about 15 to 20 mile per hour out here right now. And so noticing also that the hail core on this has been fluxing up and down as it's been making its way toward our location. Hail core has really increased right now, so the people that are in Eric need to take cover as this storm approaches. It looks like that it's going to probably come straight across Eric proper and make its way across I-40 there. Back to you.
Phil, thank you very much. Here's the broad view. So the tornado watch continues till midnight. Got 2 areas of tornado warnings. One's up here in Grant County, south of Waukeeta, west of Medford. The other area is out here west of Beckham County, about to come in from the Texas Panhandle. This has been a long track tornadic supercell in north central Oklahoma. And ongoing here, this has been severe now warned for Oklahoma. So they may or may not extend the tornado warning for Texola and Eric and Sayre and Elk City. Right now, it's a severe thunderstorm warning in Oklahoma. That'd be a small step in the right direction for sure. No warnings for the Woodward area. That's good. Tornado watch continues, and a tornado warning continues for Grant County. So here's the broad view. Here's Oklahoma City. These done a good job at staying out to the west and to the north of the Oklahoma City metro, but severe with a tornado possible tag for you folks in Beckham. Matter of seconds. That's how dynamic and how rapidly changing these storms have been tonight. Back over to radar here. So this motion here continues to the northeast. So it's north of Nash, southwest of Waukeeta, and to the west of Medford. Ongoing tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warnings down near Carmen to the west of Helena. Golf ball or a little bigger, close to tennis ball size hail with that. So just a hailer there, lots of heavy rain. So this is all in northern Oklahoma. So zooming in, there's Waukeeta right there. And the hook is basically located north of Hawley and south of Sand Creek and to the west of Gilbert right there. Let's go back to Corey Inman, get an update on him, ground truth on that in Grant County. Corey?
Yeah, Mike, I'm on Red Hill Road, which is going to be northwest of Pond Creek. It's going to come out on Highway 11 between Medford and Waukeeta. Looking back to the northwest, there's some decent structure there. Can still make out the wall cloud. Don't see anything on the ground right now, Mike. Just that large wall cloud still persistent, hanging off just to my northwest here. Looks like it may pass to maybe just to the south of Waukeeta, maybe to the southeast between Waukeeta and Medford, which is going to put it, kind of right where I'm coming out here on Highway 11. So right now, don't see a tornado on the ground as we head to the north, Mike.
Okay, Corey, thank you so much. We're going to go back again about 23 minutes ago, and we're going to roll this videotape. This is from Corey Inman and his night vision here. Actually, this is Mike Bennett, north of Helena is where this is. This is when the tornado crossed the highway north of Helena. It's right in the middle of your screen. There was damage to at least one structure right here. That's the tornado dragging across the Oklahoma landscape. You're looking north here from a point 1.5 miles north of Helena in Alfalfa County. And that's the tornado there on the back of the mesocyclone coming right across the road, right in front of Mike Bennett. Again, there is one confirmed structure damage there. There may have been damage to a second structure. The width of that track, of that debris track, that damaged track, was about 1/4 to slightly more than 1/4 of a mile wide. That is the tornado right there crossing the road just north of the OHP officer there. Mike comes around the car there, and you'll see it become more clear as he passes these lights right here of the tornado crossing the highway directly in front of Mike Bennett, our storm tracker there. This is going to be, again, 1.75 miles, 2 miles north of Helena. Back to live information right here. Let's go to Mike Bennett here live. He's going to be between Jet and Nash with an update. He just drove through that damaged track once again. Mike?
Okay, yeah, Mike, we're going to hand that off to Corey. We cannot keep up with it. We're going to have to, the only way we can do is drive around Salt Plains Lake, and I've done that a lot, and it takes way too long. We'll never be able to catch up to it. So, per Mark Dillard, we're going to go ahead and backtrack and look at damage. So we're just going to kind of backtrack the damage path and see what we come across, make a few calls. Back to you.
Okay, very good, Mike Bennett. Thank you so much. Back over to radar here. So back to live information here, looking at radar. The ongoing tornado warning continues. The tornado may not be on the ground. It may have lifted here south of Waukeeta and to the west of Medford. Still moving northeast at around 38 miles per hour, very close to Hawley right here. There's the velocity. Yeah, definitely nothing like it was, nowhere near. The tornado, no doubt, has lifted. There is no tornado there at all. So it's going to be just to the south of Waukeeta. That's just a big mesocyclone that is spinning down, which is good. Spinning down, and we've lost the tornado track detector right there. We've lost that signal there altogether. So that's great news. And the debris detector there had debris here north of Nash, but that now has also gone away, and the mesocyclone has quickly dissipated. Not nearly as strong at Hook to the north, and now it basically has dissipated altogether. That's very, very good news. There is no tornado there. It did cross the highway there between Jet and Nash about 12 minutes ago, but it has lifted. There's no doubt about it. It's moving up into central and northern Grant County, so it's going to be heading up there toward Waukeeta here at about 10:13, which is in 9 minutes from right now. Ongoing tornado warning with some tennis ball size hail and golf ball size hail to the southwest of Carmen. Back in southwest Oklahoma, quick update here from Phil. Severe thunderstorm warning. Not a tornado warning for Beckham County, but a severe thunderstorm warning. Still a supercell there. But they're so far have let that tornado warning expire. Phil?
Yeah, Mike, we are going to have to make a position move here pretty quick. We've got a pretty large hail core that is just to the southwest of Eric. And so we're going to maneuver just a little bit further to the east along I-40 and then drop back in and see what we can see on the back side of this thing as it makes its way northeastward across the town of Eric, Oklahoma. Back to you.
Phil, thank you very much. Back over to radar. We're talking about west central Oklahoma right here. And these are just basically holding their own or weakening a little bit, which is a good trend. So nothing really organized severe here except for this one cell coming into Beckham County near and south of Eric. Golf ball, a little bigger. And no tornado warning, but we'll keep very close track of that for far western Oklahoma. Storms are still quite possible in the metro later tonight. We're closely tracking that, guys. Updates coming up, and a return to our storm trackers in just a few minutes.